Hello, my name is Baraya, and today I'm going to be doing my impromptu speech on the different mediums that you can use in art. So there are 5 different mediums that you can use, and they're acrylic, watercolor, oil, gouache, and ink. First, I want to go ahead and explain all these different mediums to you. So first we have acrylic. This was something that was developed in 1934. You can use acrylic paint on any type of surface, so that would be wood, a canvas, metal, anything like that. They're water-based, so they dry super fast and they're easier to work with, and they have more of an elastic texture than most other mediums do. Next, we have watercolor, which is a pigment ground into gum. It's super easy to use, and artists enjoy using it when they want to blend colors in their paintings. It's also the cheapest option you can use, so if you are doing art on a budget, watercolor is always going to be the cheapest thing to find. The type of painters that usually use watercolor usually do landscape and portrait pictures because of the easy blendability with watercolors. And these were developed in China. Next, we have oil paint, which are pigments mixed in linseed oil. They're super slow drying. It takes a very long time for these to dry because they're super thick. These are usually used on wood or metal because they are a very thick coat. They're a lot more stickier as well than a lot of the other mediums that are available, and these have been used since the 7th century. Our next one is gouache. This is an opaque water medium paint. It's made with pigment, water, and binding agent, and it's like kind of a mix between water and a watercolor and acrylic paints. They also leave a matte look when you're painting, rather than a shiny look to it. And we've been using this kind of paint for the last 12 centuries. Lastly, our 5th medium is going to be ink. This is a chemical composition of pigments, resin, and waxes. All inks that are usually used are water-based. Ink is most seen in historical art, so it might be drawings of maps that you've seen or things that are on walls in caves and things like that. But in current day, a lot of the time ink is used for illustrations, so sometimes people are doing realistic portraits of people and they'll use ink. And you also see ink in everyday life when you're writing, pens, and they come in all different colors as well. There are also things like the feather tip pens that you can dip in ink, lots of different ways to use that. And this was my speech on the 5 different mediums in painting. Thank you for listening.